Yo, what's up, guys? So Mia and I were out here. Sorry, that's a horrible angle.
Yeah, you're gonna have to let me step away and throw it.
On the what?
I'll go up and throw it.
Oh.
I might not. I had the heat stroke. I was hustling all day for like 6 people who didn't know how to hustle.
Yeah, you still can stop with that shit though, right?
I did, yeah.
Good, bro. Fuck
I'm
hustling.
like, how old are you? You can do this.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Yeah, you can do it. I think the world will lead you away no matter what. I don't think you have to do anything like that because I used to sell drugs and shit back in high school, and a little bit after high school. But it really just got me addicted to drugs more myself, and caring about, like, I wasn't doing much. All I was doing was serving drugs, you know, not moving, walking, going on hikes or whatever. And I was like, I got to be 230 pounds at a time, bro.
Yeah.
I'm only 171 or something like that right now.
I think I've ever been over 160.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Fuck.
5'3" and a half, you know.
Yeah. You're 5'3"?
5'3", yeah.
Dude.
I'm 5'3" and a half.
You really are owning that half, dog. All right. Hold on. I'm going to introduce you real quick. But that way, like, people know who's talking and shit. So we're walking in the forest over here by the crib and ran into the homie John. Louis, your ass is blocking the homie John.
Okay, I was scratching my balls.
So this is the homie John. He's a fucking traveling hippie, and he's happens to be chilling by our house right now for a couple more weeks. You said? Hell yeah. Yeah, we're just talking about hippie shit. So just listen if you want to listen. Or oh yeah, we're talking about having no fucking phone. That was hard for you to do that shit. It would be fucking so hard for me because I listen to music and all that shit on there. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I'm just getting like an
Around with a legit AM FM radio for a long time.
hell yeah.
And, you know, listen to NPR music stations.
Yeah. Yeah. He does look like a Louis. I think we've been told that before. And someone said he looked like me. I was like, how does my dog look like me?
So if your dog is well taken care of, your dog starts acting like you. And, like, I've seen it with a lot of motherfuckers, man.
Gets their features?
I'm like, your dog, no offense, looks like you.
My cousin said that same shit to me. My cousin literally said, your dog, no offense, looks like you. I had to go pull away to throw up for a second because it's hot outside, and yeah, hasn't eaten today, so I guess that makes sense. What's the hardest part about living out, like, without, like, regular like housings?
I've been doing it so long now. Probably having to poo in the middle of the night.
Yeah?
Or like having a refrigerator to go get a beer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, those things.
Yeah.
Around here.
Go.
Well, since Circle K opens 24 hours again, it's great.
Yeah.
Like, if I have to poop in the middle of the night, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I'd miss the most. Fuck. Yeah, pooping would be a big deal.
A toilet.
A toilet. Yeah, that has to be.
Maybe a shower.
Or a shower.
So I still get offered showers. People like I just met and stuff. I take showers like 6 days.
Hell yeah.
I think that's where I lost my DMT.
Hell yeah.
But just so you know, I don't participate. I'm celibate right now.
Yeah.
I said there'll be no hitting on you. I'll even cook dinner. She's like, I didn't have to ask you. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's dope. How long you been practicing celibacy? Really? That's awesome.
That is super
Are you doing it for
cool.
spiritual reasons? That's fucking dope. Did your Sadhguru, you said? Or
No, I appreciate all of the gurus and I appreciate all of what they say, but I don't let anybody else the universe guide my
you're,
spiritual
yeah.
I learned a long time ago not to follow if people are gonna let you down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because everyone has their own experience in this world, you know what I mean? You're gonna try to be them.
Yeah.
That's not the way. You have to take aspects. That's why I say, and I've heard, like I've heard and learned, and that's why I say is to remain a state of agnosticism. So like where you're taking beliefs of every like religion and everything, but only the things that you think pertaining are good to you.
I'm an omniist.
Omniist?
I believe that everyone will believe when you have faith in it.
Yes.
Somewhere out there, I believe that
Yeah.
you have a creator.
Yeah.
So like I'm
Louis,
not
lay down.
that the streets of gold and a
Lay down.
mansion on a hill
Louis,
for
lay
some
down.
fucking reason.
Louis,
That's what they
lay
got.
down.
Yeah. They said the gates were fucking the pearly gates.
Pearl,
Yeah.
yeah.
Louis, you're so annoying, dude.
I know. It's so awful.
Yeah, I wonder, does it say that shit in the Bible? Or do people just come up with that? The pearly gates and shit.
I have no idea.
I haven't ever read it in the Bible myself, so I don't know. I just always fucking assumed, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I've used the blank pages for rolling papers for fun.
I've done that before too. Dude, I want to read it like myself, because I feel like it has good things in it, for sure.
So I read the Book of Acts, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And the Book of Acts, it's just some great stories. It's literally about them playing with ghosts. Like Jesus ghosts.
Really? I haven't read the Book of Acts.
Yeah, it's by the two, Paul, as we saw, and like weeks before he became Paul, he was cutting like 15 Christians.
Yeah, I knew that. We just read that story recently.
I was living with this girl, and one of her requirements of living on her farm said you had to at least read something in the Bible.
Yeah.
And I only stayed there long enough to read one book.
Yeah, I grew up Christian, like with my family and whatnot. My dad, I went to a lot of church over there. My mom, we sometimes went. And then at my mom's, the church my mom and I went to, the pastor ended up like trying to sleep with one of the youth girls there or something.
It happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It's crazy. It's like, I wonder why. And so much. And I don't know if it's all religions or if it's so more prevalent in Christianity or something. I guess I only know Christianity because I'm here.
I got to know that I studied this when I was young, and I went to mosques and stuff like that.
So instead of trying to what?
Instead of just trying to fuck, they're trying to make them their wives.
Yeah.
And a lot of people know this, but it is.
Oh, the people they violate. I thought you were talking about all women there, and I was like, that's kind of how it is here.
It's still a law, and so I can say I wasn't Muslim. I studied it because I wanted to know what my enemies knew.
Yeah.
In Islam, a girl becomes a woman when she's 9.
Oh my God, that's horrible. That's horrible. And like here, it used to be normal at like fucking 14 or some shit.
Yeah, just 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, so it's still, so the legal age of consent in Alabama is 14.
No way.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, I had a homegirl that traveled around with me for a while that got out of a marriage that she was kind of forced into when she was 14, he was 30.
What the fuck?
Yeah, started shooting up with meth, and finally she left and took me to go and
Damn.
jumped on a hippie bus.
Damn.
14.
That's fucking. Damn. That's fucking crazy.
She had her first kid when she was 15.
What the fuck? And they just like make that normal in Alabama? Because like if you're able to consent at 14, then that means they think it's normal for people to have kids over there.
So, do you know about the new abortion laws in Alabama?
It's fucked here in Texas too.
Man, a dude rapes an underage girl. No matter what, she can't get an abortion anyway. And even though he'll go to prison for doing this, he still has full parental rights. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
What?
So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's just for the man.
Yeah, this fucking country is very misogynistic.
Yeah, very much so. And the 90% of the bullshit that I believe needs to be taken out, it would be taken out if it was friendly. I don't just say that. Like Bible even says God's a woman. Like,
Oh my
when
gosh.
he's talking to Job,
Yeah.
he said all. He said, what womb made the ocean? You know, what womb made the stars?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, yes. This album called Do What Thou Wilt by Ab-Soul talks a lot about that shit. About how God is a woman. And it does mention the book of Job. Mm-hmm.
It's very clear. Like,
That's crazy.
womb.
Yeah. Fucking. And I don't think it ever lets a woman speak in the Bible, is what I've also. Does she speak though? Did she write it or was it just about her? I don't know too. Yeah, I don't know too much either. And I haven't read it, so I don't know if there's any quotes of her, if it's just a story about her. So.
I think women are quoted in the Bible.
Yeah, I don't think women are quoted. That's what I'm saying. So speak. Yeah, they don't get to speak.
Yeah, Mary was never asked a question, like the mom or his girlfriend thing.
Magdalene.
Never like asked a question and quoted. Have you even heard the story of Job?
Job was the guy who his fucking daughters and wife they were killed or whatever, and then he like went and he suffered like a whole bunch, and then he was given like a life of peace and happiness after that, right?
Suffered so much though.
More.
God and the devil made it bad.
No way. I could believe it.
Yeah. God said,
Oh yes, I knew that. Yeah, they made a bet, and the devil was like, "I'm gonna torment this guy or whatever."
Yeah.
But Jesus told Job before, he's like, "Just obey me, and your life will be good." And Job fucking did it all throughout. But you know one thing Job did, in order to save his family or some shit, or save himself, he let this fucking group, like gang, basically, not a gang obviously, but for the lack of a better term, what's that?
mob.
A mob, yeah. Have his daughters and sleep with them and rape them and shit.
So, I read it with somebody last week. So, when Job is arguing with all of his friends and stuff, God comes to him after he's done. And Job was arguing and stuff. Like, God's like, you will answer me. Listen to me. And Job's like, no, God, I can't talk to you.
Stupid ass plane.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, they fly above.
So it's fucking loud as shit. That's kind of fucked up. Why don't they fly just as high?
Oh yeah, mountain lion.
Yeah, mountain lion.
So I just went over there to start. I had them start peeing, and I really had to pee. And I've seen bobcats and you know bobcats they come and you know they're more friendly than the house cats around here.
Yeah.
And I noticed something move out of the corner of my eye. What I noticed was this cat turning its head, you know, and looking at things.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was hungry. I look over and there's this fucking mountain, like beefcake. I was like, "Hi, kitty, you're pretty." And it left.
Because it's probably more scared of us than we are.
Not scared of me. It walked away.
Really?
I stood there.
I thought your voice made me scared of it or
I
something.
stood there for a solid 5 minutes, even after it was out of eyesight, just to
Make sure he didn't come back?
Right.
Yeah. That should be a job title, bro. Traveling hippie. You should get paid to just go around and spread love.
So,
Sit.
the older you spend in your lifestyle,
Sit.
the older you get,
Lay down.
the more that
Yeah. Because it's all legal now.
Guaranteed pay. You know, there are a lot of growers that will pick hippies up off the side of the road, and when it comes time to get paid, they'll offer you a bullet to the head. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not me, because I was from there. I was like, I'll tell somebody.
Yeah. Damn. So they would really just like hoe people like that and not pay them? They're already making so much from the weed. You probably wouldn't even have to pay too much to pick some weed. Like compared to how much you're making, you know what I mean?
So now you get paid far less than when I started. I mean, I started shooting weed.
Yeah.
Back then, it was so
Yeah.
And they'll fast rope down and they'll cut all the shit down. Fast rope back up. Go.
Wait, they just cut it all down?
Yep. Yep, back on the deal.
Lay down.
So I hardly ever go, if it's a dude, just a dude, like I'm not anti-gay or anything, but I've had some weird experiences with motherfuckers, you know?
Yeah.
And so if a dude's like, hey, you want a shower? I'm like, no, okay. Like I had a dude straight to me, I'm taking a shower, and I'm just chilling, I'm enjoying it, and all of a sudden the shower curtain rips open, and he's naked, and he goes, I'm like,
They just think they can use you because they're helping you out?
mm-hmm.
Wow, that's fucking fucked up. Is that a common hitchhiking thing, too?
I don't think so as much as it used to be. Because
Yeah.
of technology and shit.
Yeah, people are smarter and more aware about it.
Well,
And to report, yeah.